since the Hindenburg strike on the Adani Group, sending its stock into a tailspin. But today, Adani stocks have rebounded, reversing the 5-session trading trend. They're trading roughly 3.7% higher now after they fell as much as 35% earlier in the session, hitting a 52-week low. So these are the details from the markets as they are just closing. Remember, after a week of complete bloodbath that we have seen in the markets, a rebound by the Adani stocks. Remember, today it opened at 1,490 rupees. The day's low is as low as 1,017.45 rupees, but it closed much higher at 1,592 rupees. So it has seen a rise of 1.74%. Similar is the story with the Adani ports as well. It opened at 459 rupees. The day's low went as low as 395 rupees, but it closed at 500. So that has also seen a rise of about 9%. Similarly, for Ambuja Cements as well, that has seen a complete dip over the last 1 week. It opened at 351, seeing lows of 318, but now closing at 373, which has seen a 5.99% rise. So the Adani stocks overall have now seen an improvement. So for the very first time, also remember today, since the Hindenburg shelling, the finance minister Nirmala Sitharaman also broke her silence, assuaging the fears of the life savings of the common man being wiped out due to the exposure of LIC and SBI to the Adani stocks. The finance minister said that the Adani exposure of the two companies is within permissible limit, and LIC is still sitting on profit despite the Adani stock fall. In fact, the Indian banking system is at a comfortable level. This was the assurance that came in from the finance minister. My colleague Aishwarya Jain joining us on the broadcast with the details. Aishwarya, today marks a very, very significant day because for the last 6 days, we've seen a dip and only a further dip in the Adani group of company stocks. But today we are seeing a marginal improvement. Today, of course, very significant because the Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has also given an assurance that the LIC is still sitting on profits. So the investor sentiment to some extent has been assuaged, it looks like.
Well, Pratibha, and many market experts are also saying that it's quite not a very bad Friday, as it has as all the group of companies of the Adani group, the shares which ended today at the market price had drastically increased, and that's prior to two reasons. One, the market experts believe that a very emotional message and the video message that was launched by Gautam Adani yesterday as well, and where he clearly stated that
it's definitely something that has come as a big relief for the investors as well. Aishwarya, request you to stay on with us. Rohit Srivatsav is also joining us, but before that, want to get in a word from market analyst Kumar Jagirdar. Here's what he said on the current prevailing situation. In fact, he's joining us on the phone line. Mr. Jagirdar, thank you for joining us. At a time like this, when over the last 6 days, we have seen a dip in the Adani shares. All right, we don't have him anymore. Going back to Aishwarya on that. So, Aishwarya, like you were just saying, this is very, very important for the investor sentiment because we were seeing a complete bloodbath in the Sensex. Now, even if there is a slight improvement, this perhaps marks the beginning of the end of the crisis. Kumar Jagirdar back with us. Mr. Jagirdar, how do you look at this slight improvement that we are seeing in the stocks of the Adani group of companies? Because for the last 6 days, it's seen a complete dip. Now, a slight improvement.
So this is a very the fundamentals. If you take the price is really a bad than price. Many investors today came and inquired, and on their own they have come and bought it because if you see the P ratios and the book value and all, it is become very reasonable, and whatever the allegations are not still established. So people think since there are counters like Adani Enterprises, which has fallen by about 70%. So the worst is over, I suppose. It is now investors, small investors are going to come and buying. Even if somebody buys 100 shares, also which is reasonable and offerable, the market Adani will pick up. I fear from next week about 50% of the losses will be recovered.
Okay, what do you think has helped the sentiments? One, we had, Fitch saying that it's not going to downgrade Adani's ratings. One is that. Apart from that, we also had, Nirmala Sitharaman herself come out and say that the money of the investors is absolutely safe. LIC is still sitting on profits. Or is it now, you think, overall a knowledge over what the situation really is? Because Hindenburg itself is an organization whose reports cannot be taken at face value.
Yeah, this leader, there's people who avenged Adani themselves are short sellers, basically. They do all this shift to make some profit, in the market. So, and also Nirmala Sitharaman, the statement she has assured about he stopped, automatically whatever the Adani has lost, minimum 50% will be recovered, I suppose.
Okay.
And this is not the first time it is happening to Adani. There are other two instances which, market has come down by 70-80%, they recovered again. So this time also, I think the prices are really bargain prices, because whatever the industry they are into, these are safe industries. And I'm sure, the investors can come and pick up.
Okay, all right. Mr. Jagirdar, thank you for joining us on the broadcast. So for the investors, that's something to celebrate about, something to cheer about, because the market seems to be stabilizing. Let me go across to Rohit Srivastav, also on the broadcast with us, to really give us a sense of how the numbers have changed, Rohit, because this is an indication of the investor sentiment. And it looks like even though the Adani shares saw a massive dip today, it seems to have stabilized by the end of market closing.
Well, yes, in fact, this is some reassuring news for the investors in Adani. And in fact, if we just take you through the details of the Fitch ratings, this is a ratings agency which basically rates all these companies, financial companies. And the Fitch rating agency has gone on to say that there is no near-term significant offshore bond maturities reducing refinancing risks and liquidity risks when they're talking about Adani. And if I take you to the next excerpt, this is more important. No immediate impact on ratings of the Fitch rated Adani entities. So they're saying that there is no real impact right now on the Adani entities by Fitch ratings. The ratings are going to be the same as of now. Securities expects no material changes to its forecast cash flow. Another very important point here. And also, if I take you to the next, ongoing monitoring will be looking closely at any major changes. So, of course, Fitch is going to be
about. When we talk of the investor sentiment, the Fitch ratings have come as a very, very big relief for the Adani group of companies.
This is a clear case of fraud. This is supported by the government of India, supported by the Narendra Modi dispensation. It's a clear case how a corporate company is cheating the poor people of Kerala, poor people of India. It's a clear case. So it has to be investigated and he should be arrested. This is a fraud. If some other person is doing this thing, he would have been arrested very earlier. But government is not taking any action because Adani is the close friend of the Prime Minister of India when he is going abroad.
लेकिन अगर ये काम करने के लिए नहीं दे रहे हैं सरकार तो पार्लियामेंट क्यों बिठाए? यही हमारे विपक्षी सारे पार्टी, इसमें तो कोई अलग राय नहीं है, सारे पार्टी कह रहे हैं कि इस विषय पर अर्जेंट चर्चा होनी चाहिए और संसद इसी किस्म की चर्चा के लिए बनाया हुआ है। हमारे लोकतंत्र में इसी का मतलब है कि संसद होता है एक जगह जहां हमारी बातचीत हो।
देखिए, गवर्नमेंट ने मन बना लिया है कि हम पूरे देश को लूटेंगे, पूरे देश की एजेंसीज को लूटेंगे, बैंकों को लुटवाएंगे, लेकिन डिस्कशन नहीं करेंगे। हम लोगों ने 267 दिया है, पूरा विपक्ष साथ में है। आज हिडनबर्ग की जो रिपोर्ट आई है उसमें LIC और SBI का जो पैसा है वो अडानी ग्रुप में लगा है, जिसकी मार्केट वैल्यू गिर चुकी है, काफ़ी गिर चुकी है। आज कई स्टेट के रूरल एरियाज़ में लोग पैसे निकालने जा रहे हैं तो बैंक के पास पैसा नहीं है। तो क्या हमारा फर्ज नहीं बनता है? ये देश की इकोनॉमिक का सवाल है, लोगों के पैसे का सवाल है, उनकी गाड़ी कमाई का सवाल है। एक तरफ आप टैक्स ले
are concerned about the failure of the regulatory institutions. That why is it that an unknown company puts out a